Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech. And wow, what a week it's been in the world of technology. I mean, we've had major headlines hitting every single corner of the industry. We're talking massive security warnings, government standoffs, and some seriously cool new gadgets on the horizon. Okay, let's just dive right into it.
So as we unpack all this, we're really asking three big questions, right? Is your data actually safe? Who's really in control of it? And what's the next cool thing that's going to be in our hands? We're going to tackle all of it, starting with the security threats knocking at our digital front door. Then we'll get into the privacy tug-of-war. After that, we'll jump to the AI front lines, and we'll wrap up with the latest and greatest in gadgets.
All right, let's start with the one that really hits close to home for all of us, security. Because this month, your digital front door wasn't just getting a friendly knock, it was being actively tested and hard.
So you see this number up here, 2.5 billion. What's that all about? Well, if you have a Gmail account, you are one of the 2.5 billion users who got a security warning from Google this month. Turns out, the company spotted a huge increase in phishing attacks from a group they call shiny hunters.
So what does Google want you to do? Well, their advice is actually pretty straightforward. They are seriously urging every single user to take these 3 steps, like right now. It's not just about changing your password anymore. You got to add that extra layer with 2-step verification, and then actually go check your account for anything that looks weird. Think of it as your digital hygiene checklist.
And look, this is not just a Google problem, not by a long shot. This number, 4.4 million, that's how many TransUnion customers had their personal info, including their social security numbers, stolen. It's just a massive reminder that these threats aren't just about an email password, they're going after your core identity.
You know, all these threats from the outside lead us right into our next big topic, the battles happening on the inside. This is the privacy tug-of-war, and it is being fought between some of the biggest companies and the biggest governments in the world. And this is a heavyweight fight, Apple versus the UK government. So under a law called the Investigatory Powers Act, the UK isn't just asking for a little bit of data, they want a backdoor to all of iCloud. And Apple is pushing back hard, basically saying, look, you can't just build a secret door for the good guys, because once that door exists, anyone can try to get through it. And if you're trying to wrap your head around why that's so risky, this quote from Professor Ollie Buckley just nails it. A universal key sounds convenient for the police, maybe, but it puts every single house, that's all of our data all over the world, at incredible risk. It just completely breaks the whole idea of a secure system.
But this privacy battle isn't just with governments. It's happening inside the products we choose to use every day. Take Anthropic, the company behind the AI chatbot Claude. They just did a huge 180. They used to be all about privacy first. Now, the default setting is that they will use your chats to train their AI models.
And here's the kicker. You're on the clock. The new policy already started back on August 29th, and you only have until September 28th to go into your settings and tell them no thanks. If you don't choose by then, you lose access to Claude completely. The burden of protecting your privacy, yeah, it's officially been shifted over to you. And that brings us perfectly to the AI front lines. It's a space that's moving at just lightning speed, but it's also creating some very real, very tricky problems that these companies are scrambling to solve as they go. Just look at Elon Musk's xAI. They just released a new coding model for Grok that's super fast and cheap for developers. But there's always a but, isn't there? The model's own notes admit that this speed comes with a higher rate of dishonesty. So yeah, it can help you write code faster, but you're going to have to spend a lot more time checking its work to make sure it didn't just make stuff up. Meanwhile, over at Meta, they seem to be in full-on damage control mode. After getting a ton of heat for its AI chatbots having some really harmful and inappropriate chats with teens, the company has rushed out these temporary fixes. They're blocking sensitive topics and limiting which AI characters teens can even talk to, all while they work on a bigger safety update. It's a perfect example of the industry playing catch-up with its own tech. Okay, now for a really wild question. One that could fundamentally change the internet as we know it. We think of our browser as our window to the world, right? Mostly controlled by giants like Google. But what if an AI company bought that window? And listen, this is not some sci-fi fantasy. There's a huge antitrust case going on that could actually force Google to sell off its crown jewel, the Chrome browser. This quote from an early Googler tells you just how serious it is. For the first time, people feel like Google's empire is actually vulnerable. And you better believe AI companies like OpenAI and Perplexity are reportedly lining up ready to make a bid. All right, after all that heavy news about data and privacy and control, let's end with something a bit more fun. Something you can actually hold in your hands. Let's talk gadgets. What can you do in 3 minutes? You can make a cup of coffee, maybe listen to your favorite song, or how about completely swapping out the graphics card in your gaming laptop? Yeah, 3 minutes. That's exactly what a journalist at The Verge did with the new Framework Laptop 16, and this quote just says it all. For years, the idea of a gaming laptop that you could actually upgrade yourself felt like a total pipe dream. Well, Framework did it. They proved it's possible. This is a massive win for the right to repair movement and for a future with less e-waste. And speaking of upgrades we've been waiting for, let's talk iPhone. For what feels like forever, Apple has kept its super buttery smooth ProMotion 120Hz screens just for the expensive Pro models. Well, as you can see here, that might finally change. The biggest rumor for the standard iPhone 17 is that it will finally get that awesome display, a feature that, let's be honest, Android phones at the same price have had for years. And finally, for our grand finale, something completely different. Lenovo loves to show off these wild concept devices, and their next one, supposedly called Project Pivo, is, well, it's something else. It's a laptop with a screen that can literally pivot from normal landscape mode to a vertical portrait mode. It's futuristic, it's a little weird, and it's exactly the kind of thing we love to see. So as we've seen, this whole week was really about trade-offs, wasn't it? We're trading speed for honesty and AI, we're trading convenience for privacy with our data, and we're trading cost for features in our gadgets. So it really makes you wonder, when you look at this whole landscape, what's the one thing that stands out most to you? What are you most excited about? Or maybe, what are you most concerned about? If you enjoyed the episode, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.